Hey guys, and welcome to the Lazy Lemon Creations podcast. My name is Lindsay. You can find me on Instagram as Lazy Lemon Creations, and you can find me on Ravelry as Lazy Lemon. This is my podcast all about my knitting, my crochet, my cross stitch, and anything else that I get into that is crafty related. Today I have some knitting, crochet, and cross stitch to show you, so full of all the crafts. I live in the heart of the New River Valley with my husband and our 2 kids. It is currently Friday, September 26th, 2025, and everybody's out of the house, so I decided that I would go ahead and record an episode. So, let's jump into it. First off, I don't have any FOs to show whatsoever. I have worked on mostly blankets here recently that I can't show, and then the projects that I have worked on, I just kind of put them to the side. So no FOs today, so it's only whips. So let's jump into it. The first whip that I'm going to show you is actually my cross stitch whip, and I'm almost done with it. Here we go. Ooh. There's my needle that I've got. But yeah. It says hanging with my nomies. And I have to finish this one's beard and face. And then I'm going to add the year down here as well. And then I'm going to gift it. But this is the cross stitch that I am currently working on, and in doing so, I've realized how much I miss doing my cross stitch, but I also realize I like the full canvas cross stitches where it is filled from corner to corner with colors. So I am going to be on the lookout for some of those, kind of like diamond painting, where the entire picture is filled with the artwork. So I'm excited to look for those coming up here. Speaking of, I need to get my diamond paintings out. I haven't touched them in a long time. And now that the kids are in school, that would be something really, really great for me to do. So I think I found something else that I'm going to dab into. So let's see about that. The next the next whip that I have is in my bag by Happy Little Yarn, Amy. I love it. It's my orange bag with all the knitting. It is Knit Picks Felici. Oh, sorry. Here's the label and the yarn. It's going to fall everywhere. It is Knit Picks Felici in the colorway Summer Nights. It's a 75-25. And this is what the first sock looks like. I can put it on a blocker because the first sock is done. The second sock is the one that I am currently in the work with. So this is the first sock. Really good blue, purple, orange, pink pattern. Stripes. There you go. Stripes are what they're called. And I do my typical sock recipe, my vanilla socks. I actually follow Kay Litton's Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop pattern. For the majority of it, I do a 2x2 20 row cuff. I do a 30 row leg until I do my heel flap and gusset, which is just a simple slip stitch heel flap and gusset. Then I do my foot for however long I'm making the socks for, but most of them are always for me. And then I do my toe. For the contrast heels, toes, and cuffs on this one, it is the Nomad Bear yarn. So I got a few of that. They came in 50-gram little hanks that you wind up into your own cake. But I got a lot of those last year. And so that's what I am working on. And I am ready to start the second sock. I just Kitchenered the toe on the first one, which is why my needles are bare. But I had lost my needle to Kitchener my toes. And so that sock, I had the needles there, and then I couldn't finish because I didn't have my needle. And so therefore I could have snipped the yarn and stuff like that, but I didn't. Anyway, so because I couldn't finish that pair of socks, which by the way are knit on a ChiaoGoo red lace needle, 32 inches. It's a 1.5 millimeter, which is a 2.5 needle. And when I couldn't Kitchener that toe, because I lost the needle until I went and bought more, I decided I'm going to cast on another sock then, because what else do you do when you're stuck? So in this bag, which is by Kelly E. McD on Instagram, I love it. It looks kind of like a Grady square, but it's also rainbows and swirlies. I love it so much. And this is just leftover yarn that I have had back here behind me in my cubes. And I don't know what it is, but I'm making a pair of socks out of it. And so I have this purple, and then I have this gray. I am almost certain that the gray is Gothic Smoke from Yarn Cafe Creations. I could be wrong on that, but I believe that this gray is the Gothic Smoke from Yarn Cafe Creations, because it definitely looks like the gray that I used in all of my Harry Potter socks. And then this purple, I'm not 100% sure what it is, but they both feel like the same blend of yarn. They both look like they have the same twist and everything like that. They are working so well together. But then I ran into the exact same issue where I finished the first sock and then I didn't have my needle to do the toe. So here is this sock. Then again, I didn't do a contrast heel for this because the purple is solid and I very much like it. Plus it saves me from having to weave in the ends right here. But yeah, this is the exact same sock recipe that I used on the previous one. And then when I found my darning needle, I Kitchenered this toe. And that's why I have this sock started, sort of. I got the number on the needles. And then I now have to start my cuff, which I will probably do in the school pickup line this afternoon when I go to get my kids. Because that has been absolutely wonderful to sit in the school pickup line with a book and my yarn and most likely water or coffee and just enjoy some quiet time. Now, granted, I'm a stay-at-home mom. When my husband's at work, I get that quiet time here, but when he's home, it's very distracting. That's the best way to phrase it. Having anybody else in the house is distracting. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I find that I don't do all of my morning routine chores and stuff like that when my husband's home. I'd rather take the morning easy, spend the time with him, and basically push everything off until later. And so then the days that he isn't here, I feel like I have to play catch up. So having your husbands at home can be difficult sometimes. It just is what it is. But I love them and it's great. So yeah, I enjoy the school pickup and drop off line for that reason. And then the last thing I need to show you is a blanket. So hold on. This blanket here is a crochet blanket. It is corner to corner and it is 65 by 65 squares long. So it is almost done. I am at nearly the end, and I don't think I'm going to be able to show you the entire thing because of how big it is, but you get the gist of it. If I hold it up, hold on, there we go. If I hold up the blanket here, you get the gist of it. You see it. See, it takes up the whole screen, I assume. I don't know, but this is a very pale pink. And yeah, I literally just have this much left in the corner to finish and the blanket will be done. So I am making this for a friend and pink is her favorite color, and I'm teaching her to crochet and I'm using that blanket as the baseline. So I taught her how to chain, I taught her how to single crochet and double crochet, and then I started working on the blanket to teach her that stitch, because a corner to corner blanket and a granny square blanket, use the same double crochet cluster of 3. So we've been using that blanket to practice our stitching on so that she can see how to work and how to crochet. So that's what I've been working on, which has been really fun. And I hope to finish it today, but I don't know if I'm going to. It's going to depend on how long it takes to upload this episode later this afternoon. So wish me luck. And yeah, that is it for the crafting. Very short, sweet, to the point. Said what I needed to say. Got through it. Yes. The last thing that we can talk about before we get into life is reading and watching. And I have been reading the Kindred's Curse saga by Penn Cole. The first book is Spark of the Everflame, which I finished. The second book is Glow of the Everflame, which I finished. And the third book is Heat of the Everflame, which I'm 72% done. I am reading that on my Kindle. It has been so nice to be able to get back into reading in a book series that has a wonderful world building, wonderful characters. Some of it's a little predictable, and then some of it completely takes me by shock. I have enjoyed the entire storyline. I am excited to see where book 4 goes, because right now in book 3, it's that pivotal, everything's calm, what's going to happen? So we shall see. But yeah, that's what I'm currently reading right now. I'm very much enjoying it. And then my next read that I will do after this is the Throne of Glass series. I got a Amazon gift card, and so I uploaded it to my Kindle and I downloaded all of those books. So all 8 books I will be reading sometime soon, and I'll be reading them on my Kindle, so of course I can knit and crochet along with it, because that's what I've been enjoying while reading. I like to multitask with my crafts. So yeah, I'm very happy with that too. And then watching, I have been watching Criminal Minds. It's a rewatch for me. I have seen it countless times. Don't even remember how many. And it is a comfort show, even though it's about criminals. But it's just a comfort show for me, just something to have on that I can watch and also have background noise if I need it. And then, yeah, that's about it for TV and reading. So then for life, we have surpassed the 1-year mark for our son's leukemia diagnosis. He got diagnosed last year on September 11th with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And we just hit that 1-year mark 2 weeks ago, and he is thriving. He is doing so well. He takes daily chemo treatments here at the house, and I have never met a braver 5-year-old in all of my life. He is absolutely astonishing at what he is capable of doing when he doesn't want to, because no kid deserves to go through what he's going through. And I have surprisingly met a lot of families through this that have been on the exact same journey and are going to go through the exact same journey, and it breaks my heart. But to watch my son do it and smile every single day, and his favorite thing to do is say, "I'm the bravest." So he is the bravest, and I will always cherish this past year on both how hard it has been and how eye-opening it has been and how revealing it has been and how it truly shows me how you can survive almost anything. And it's hard, but it's worth it. So yeah, that's on the side. That is on the sad side, there we go, of everything. But our daughter is 8, and for her birthday, coming up in 2 months, she asked for a cat. So me and my husband are talking about that, on whether or not we think it's the right time to add a pet to the family. We had talked about it right before our son got diagnosed, and had decided to not indulge in that due to everything that then got thrown at us. So again, we've hit the year mark. It's settled down. we are truly debating on whether or not to get a cat. So all those pet parents out there, I'd like to hear that advice on some cat love and behavior and help. But that's what we are possibly doing for our daughter's birthday this year. And then, yeah. I don't have anything else as far as life goes. Down below in the description, there will be links to the bags I talked about, the yarn I talked about, if I can remember what the yarn is, link to my Ko-Fi account, link to my son's GoFundMe account, and everything else that's about us. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope to get another one up soon, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Thanks.